In many ways, last year was both the best and most difficult year our ministry has ever been through. So today, I want to share with you an overview of everything that happened last year. The good things are that we were able to reach more people with the life changing message of Jesus Christ and see more professions of faith in Him alone as Lord and Savior than any year we've ever had in the past. Another great thing is that my brother joined our ministry as full-time staff. And on a more personal note, my wife and I welcomed our son into our family in October. Now, some of the difficulties we faced last year, all of these listed were in the second half of the year. But my grandmother, who has been living in the same home with me for the last 9 years, was diagnosed with terminal cancer. My brother's family moved into this same house with us. So I love my brother and we get along very well, but it's always difficult to add a new family into your home. Along with this, my daughter had a surgery. Now, this helped her, but it was still difficult to go through the hospital, to go through the procedure and the recovery. And like I mentioned, in October, my son was born, but he also had to stay in the hospital a bit. And of course, just having a newborn is a blessing, but it's also a challenge just to have the noise, the feeding, and the lack of sleep just taking care of a new person. And then towards the end of last year, my grandmother, Helen Stockwell, did pass away. And I just made a tribute video for her 2 weeks ago, so I encourage you to watch that. So again, through the good times and the difficulties, God did great things through our ministry. And so I just want to say thank you so much for your prayer, for watching our videos, and all the support and love that you have sent us. Now, as we get into the more specific numbers of what God did, I just want to remind you that Metal Ministries is under the umbrella of a bigger ministry called David Stockwell Evangelistic Association. Now, my father started this ministry more than 50 years ago, and everything we do is under the umbrella of his ministry. And the numbers I'm going to share with you today are all the result of DSEA combined. So we're going to break it down into 3 parts. The first is our American teams. So when us Americans travel internationally in person to share the gospel. So we were able to do 3 international missions last year, and in Uganda, South Africa, and Zimbabwe. And during those 3 missions, we were able to reach more than 85,000 people in person with the life-changing message of Jesus Christ. Now, here's one photo of my brother in one of the schools, praying with some of the students to turn from sin and trust and follow Jesus. Here's a photo of me in South Africa sharing the gospel. So again, God did great things through our American team, but he did even much greater things through our international partners. We call them our NEST, our National Evangelist Support Team. So they are local, indigenous missionaries, pastors, and evangelists who we have met on mission, trained them, and helped. They've come with us to do ministry, and we've been able to equip them and help send them to reach their own people with the message of Jesus, and even to go to other countries around them. Now, last year so again, it's 62 local partners, and they are in 9 countries, and then they work in even more areas than that. Last year, they were able to reach more than 3 million people in person with the message of Jesus, and see more than 2 million of those precious souls turn from sin and make the commitment to follow Jesus as Lord and Savior. So along with just the word, they were able to distribute more than 400,000 Bibles and New Testaments. They were able to plant churches, train leaders, help the poor, and do many other wonderful things for God's kingdom. Here's just one photo of one of our Nest partners sharing the gospel. Now, the final portion I want to share is mine. That's Metal Ministries, the online portion of our ministry. Last year, I was able to make 21 new videos, and those videos were able to get more than 61,000 hours of view time. So when you look at the number of hours in a year, this means on average, 7 people at any given time are watching some of our material. And along with that, our page was able to reach 107 million people. So when you look at the total population on Earth, this is more than 1.5% of the world's population. Much more than 1 out of 100 people around the world saw something from our page, and more than 375,000 of those people decided to follow and subscribe to what we're doing. So again, God did wonderful things through our ministry, and I just want to thank you so much for your prayer and support. We truly could not do what we do if it weren't for people like you standing with us, praying for us, and on our side. So again, if you ever have any questions, comments, prayer requests, please drop me a note. And if you'd like to hear more about how to put your faith in practice, I hope you'll look at our other videos and like, subscribe, and follow this page because we have so much more to share. Thanks, and God bless.